I asked if he could pay for my $30 nails, my feet. And he said, you don't got it.
Let me get this straight. You're sad because you found out your boyfriend is broke because he didn't have enough to pay for your nails, hair, whatever. But aren't you broke? That's the reason you're asking him for it? Bro, I promise you, most of these dudes would be so up if they didn't have a girlfriend.
Someone said men save money being single and women save money being in a relationship.
She's got a point.
What do men get for doing that for you? What are we getting from women for doing that? Are we getting chaste virgins on our wedding night? Bodies! No, we're not getting chaste virgins on our wedding night. Are we getting women of great virtue? No, we're not getting women of great virtue. The idea of courtly love is supposed to be done for women of great virtue. Where are they?
And then I hate a man who know they worth, because that just is aggravating. Ladies, don't kill me for this, but women hate for a man to know his worth. We don't like that shit. Nigga come around thinking he know his worth. Oh, he too good for this, he too good for that. A man that know his worth ain't gonna let us play with him, and I don't like that. Me personally, I don't like that.
As you can tell by the thumbnail and the title, what is it? Marriage is a sucker's contract, part blah blah blah.
Yakety smackety blah blah.
Marriage and relationships, that is. For men, it's a sucker's contract. I could ramble on about why, but if you saw the intro, Lord have mercy. Let's get to the rest of the content now. You'll really see what I'm talking about. Cue the intro. Welcome back.
Welcome back. I'm back, got gold taxes.
If this is your first time finding my channel, the name of my channel is in the intro. Who am I? I'm Uncle L. You call me Uncle Short. Why? Because I'm old as hell and I'm somebody's uncle. And I'm that uncle that tells you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Rest in peace, Pops. Rest in peace. Today is part whatever in my series, Marriage is a Sucker's Contract. And I've expanded it a little bit to include relationships, because nowadays even relationships are not worth the effort, trouble, and financial expense it costs. It's just the juice isn't worth the squeeze.
That's facts, man.
I'm going to let the content speak for itself, but before we get into the content, shout out to all my day one subs, shout out to all my new subs. I appreciate y'all pulling up with me every time. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. If this is your first time catching one of my videos, take a chance on your boy, give me a sub. If you're already a sub, give me a like, give me a share, and give me a comment. I take criticisms, whether they're good or insulting, it doesn't matter. Everything helps me grow and become better. With that said, let's get into the content.
These men have started to question the worth of the tradition we call marriage. Worse yet, these men have started to entertain the idea of freeing themselves from the provider ball and chain. Imagine the potential progression a man could expect if he focused all of his energy to providing or investing in himself. These men now have the nerve to ask, is it worth it to spend thousands of dollars just to maintain a woman that offers nothing but sex?
Hell no.
For example,
that life that y'all want these men to be living sounds so miserable. Oh my God. Like, can you imagine that? Like, y'all be saying y'all want all this shit, but can you just imagine this? You have to pay the rent, the electric, the water, every trip that y'all go on. You got to make sure the savings account straight. You got to buy the crib. The gas in the car's got to be valid. The insurance got to be valid. Her hair got to be valid. Nails got to be valid. The kids got to be taken care of. And you can't even get on the game at night, nigga.
The fuck are you out of your damn mind?
Oh my goodness, bro. I would lose my mind. Bro, that's like, no, you're working to die. You're working, all your money is going to your family and you don't get nothing. You might not even get no meow meow when you feel like it. Oh my God.
It just sounds like slavery with extra steps.
You probably don't even get a home cooked meal. She probably Uber eat everything. Damn, that sounds so miserable, bro.
Yeah, that sounds like a raw deal. To this day.
To this day. To this day.
We still have not heard a clear answer to what a modern woman offers a man. They have not justified this ridiculous expense. Whenever this question is asked, all we get is a long, drawn-out filibuster. A bunch of words that mean nothing.
That's facts. And when you do the math, it just what do men get out of it? We get children. Oh, we have your babies. That's something else we got to pay for.
More money, more money, more money.
And we got to help you raise them. And we got to work to put the money in most of the money of the house to take care of it. Where are we winning? And I know there's gonna be ladies that whoop the wop wop wop. Y'all don't have the ones that are complaining. Y'all didn't know how to pick men. That's why them dudes. That's why your baby dad is this weak. That's why they left, because they already had 5 other baby mamas, and y'all decided to have babies with them dudes.
Damn!
I'm not talking to y'all. Y'all are not even included in the conversation because you wasn't even smart enough to guard your womb from one of these pirates that go around having babies with everybody.
Brother,
So you can step to the side and let me talk to the folks that ain't messed up as bad as you. Look at all the responsibilities that young man just laid out that falls on a man's shoulders when he takes on a family. And that's his family. A lot of you chicks are showing up with ready-made families with babies from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different men. Yet y'all show up and expect us to do for you how we would do for ours. And men just aren't wired that way. You ain't gotta believe me. We're tired of repeating ourselves. Let's get back into the content.
I want to bring Tomi in, because Tomi, you've got a very interesting perspective, I think. You've talked about something different. You call it the pussification of men, which is a great phrase. I'd love you to just explain what you mean by that. So just explain, first of all, the pussification of men.
All right, Piers. Well, I think, and I can't see you all, so forgive me if I'm incorrect here, but I think I'm the only female on this panel.
Correct.
So
maybe.
I'm really anxious to weigh in. Okay, so I think over the last probably 10 years, there has been what I call the pussification of men. It was everything should be about your emotions and your feelings, and men were emasculated, and this whole concept of toxic masculinity warped the minds of a lot of young men. And they felt masculine, they wanted to be masculine, but society was telling them they should be softer, that it was being toxically masculine if you wanted to play sports and chop wood and go to war. And so men were so emasculated and so beat down. And as a woman, I want—
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
A strong man who is a protector and a provider that will go to war if need be, that will protect me, protect my family, make money. I see that as being actually masculine. That's like the man that I grew up with, my dad. But at some point, I think we'll go back to maybe meeting in the middle here. You can be a man who has feelings and emotions, but you can also go to war and protect and defend your family. I'm hoping we can get back there. But the two extremes right now, they're confusing men, and quite frankly, they're leaving women with few choices. And that's the real tragedy here.
Okay, she just described what she calls the pussification of men. And believe it or not, I agree with it. There's been too much of a focus on men getting in touch with their feelings and this and that, and you need to talk, and are you emotionally intelligent? That's not men, that's women. And I'm coming from a masculine frame. Men have to make tough choices. And sometimes you have to say, fuck your feelings and make the hard choice so everybody can eat, or as many people can eat as possible. And sometimes there's going to be some folks hungry when you got to make the hard choices.
Damn right.
But if you're on some soft, empathetic, I got to think about my feelings type energy, everybody's going to suffer. And sometimes you have to make the hard choices as a man. What gets me is she said the greatest tragedy or some such thing is that women are left with less choices. That's the worst part about it, is women don't get what they want. It ain't a whole generation of men that don't know how to lead, that are soft and emotional and reactive and don't think and are not stoic. It's the fact that they can't find their dream guy. That's the tragedy. Let's continue.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just more feminine or feminist nonsense ultimately. And the covert feminism in society is big, especially on the conservative side. So here's what happens, right? Women need to have feminine virtues for men to be pursuing masculine virtues, for you to say things like, well, what I want is for men to protect me and I want men to make money. Well, that's great. What that ends up doing is it gives you a set of privilege in society. What do men get? What do men get for doing that for you? What are we getting from women for doing that? Are we getting chaste virgins on our wedding night? No, we're not getting chaste virgins on our wedding night.
Bodies!
Are we getting women of great virtue?
How about no?
No, we're not getting women of great virtue. The idea of courtly love is supposed to be done for women of great virtue. Where are they? Well, they're nowhere. And so in modernity, in society, when female conservative influencers say this, it's actually a form of covert feminism. They're saying, I want privilege in society, right? But what is it women are giving to men to get it? What are they giving them?
And what's crazy is there are a lot of individuals that feel like men aren't even supposed to ask that question. Like, we're not supposed to ask for anything. We're supposed to put our lives and our bodies on the line for nothing, just because we're men. What? No, it does not work like that. No one works like that. Men are simple. All we need is a little appreciation and affection and respect. Respect first.
He ain't lying.
And you'd be surprised what we do for you. But a lot of individuals feel like we should do it just because we're men. And if you don't do it, you're sassy, you're gay, why don't you go date other men, blah, 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 yakety smackety.
I love this whole thing of like, if you're a female conservative and you don't believe that men should be douchebags, that all of a sudden you're a covert feminist. Call me a feminist. I really don't give one crap one way or another, but I can tell you this. A lot of these men, these podcast hosts on the right that like to think of themselves as these big masculine men and what am I getting out of it? I can tell you this.
There's that feminism.
All right, I believe I'm a woman of virtue, right?
Out.
Yeah, there's the feminism. Oh, and then you're interrupting me too.
Didn't take long, did it? Didn't take long, did it?
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Yeah. You're actually interrupting me. I didn't interrupt you when you were spewing your bullshit. So now it's my turn. Okay.
You mean the truth?
Like I said before, I'm a woman of virtue. I happen to be independently successful. I have a husband who's not only a former professional athlete, but is currently a professional baseball coach. So is he not a masculine man? I mean, I'm confused here. What's your concept of a masculine man? Mine is a man who respects me.
Yeah, that misses the point, though. Like, you're still not contending with the arguments that I'm making.
What's your point?
You're saying inside of society, right this second, right? Masculinity is not only punished, but also women on the right, covert feminists on the right, are constantly and consistently talking about how they need to have privilege in society. I want men. Their version of masculinity is men who take care of us, men who protect us, men who do all of this. Those are all duties that men have towards women. Great. What are the duties that women have towards men? What are the duties that women have towards anything? What do men get out of this arrangement?
Let him cook. I'm gonna let him.
And when we ask this question, instead of getting well thought out answers about how a woman can contribute to our lives to help us as a couple be successful, tangible things, physical things, things that would actually help us prosper, we get answers like this.
As a woman, you naturally enhance a man's life just with your presence, with your energy, with your style. You upgrade him naturally. To answer your question, how do you enhance a man's life? I feel like women naturally enhance their man's life just by being in it, period. No matter what you are, where you are in life, as a woman, you naturally enhance a man.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Even if you show up 100 pounds overweight, even if you show up with 6 kids by 7 dudes, even if you show up with $100,000 in student loan debt, $70,000 in credit card debt, $700 a month in a car note, $3,000 a month in rent or mortgage. Yeah. Anytime a woman shows up, regardless of any type of situation, she enhances a man's life.
Are you crazy or just plain stupid?
Let me respond to that, and then I'll come to you, Jez. Then Sean, you've been waiting patiently. So
most men are born to be protectors and providers. I can't imagine my dad saying, you know what, to my mom, you know what, I'm not going to be a protector and a provider unless you do this. That's not how real men operate. Real men are protectors and providers, and they marry women who hopefully have some virtue, but also bring a lot to the table as well.
Here's the thing, ladies, there is something very telling about our behaviors and the things that we have done to these men, to where we are starting to see a lot of the young men and men in general that we actually need turn their backs. The men who not too long ago would take a chance on you. They were the ones giving you the benefit of the doubt and saying, you know what, let me try to show you better. Let me try to give you better, and maybe that will help you out to maybe inspire you to change. But that's not happening anymore.
You're misunderstanding me if you think that I think that women should just be out doing whatever they want. I think that there are gender roles that should be respected. But I don't think a man needs to get something out of it to be a manly man, a protector, and a provider. If you think you need to get something out of it, I quite frankly don't consider you a real man.
What you do is you call women on their bullshit, and what's the first thing to come out of their mouth? Shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. Sign language.
Yeah, she had nothing. She had nothing.
But we'll discuss in a moment whether Andrew Wilson is a real man. But
He's gonna tell you what's right and wrong. Because you're a weak ass panderer.
I offer nothing. I offer nothing.
You offer me a lot of things, Tom.
That guy, Andrew Wilson, absolutely right. She didn't offer a single argument. She did not answer the question that he asked. What do men get out of it? She didn't answer it. Instead, she engaged in sign language.
Shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. Sign language.
Instead, she told what she felt she deserved from a man, and the whole time avoided the question, what do men get out of it?
Don't nobody want to be a daddy in this economy, bro. Like, and that's essentially what a lot of these women are looking for their men to be. I need my man to play daddy. Be my sugar daddy, be my sponsor, be my trick, be my John. And yeah, that's how I'm going to give you any kind of time, attention, affection, so on and so forth.
What are the duties that women have towards men? What are the duties that women have towards anything? What do men get out of this arrangement? What are we getting out of this arrangement? Can you tell me?
The facts are, in every demographic, women categorically make less money than men. And modern women who preach independence and equality still want men to provide for them. So money will always play a key role in a man's decision-making process.
So even though more is expected out of a man tangibly, money, support, more is expected of us because we're the leaders. A man can do everything he's supposed to do and can't even get off work and have some personal time to himself and do things like this.
You don't get off the PS5 right now, I'm breaking up with you. Are you gonna take me on a date now? Before, so I can go find an outfit? What? Are you being for real? Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Who the fuck you think you talking to?
Are you serious right now?
I'm not no big.
Get off.
I paid for this.
Get off.
You bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Back the fuck up. I'll knock the fuck out you.
Damn, man.
Hey.
You know what? You don't tell me what to do.
No, don't. Why?
Because this is all you do.
It's not, it's all I have.
As responsible men, I'm not talking about the Dusties and the dudes a lot of y'all choose to have babies with. I'm talking about fathers like me. Even with my checkered past, I'm a single dad. I showed up for mine, took full custody and raised them with help from my moms and pops. Rest in peace, pops. I'm not talking about Dusties. I'm talking about real deal men who do what we're supposed to do. We don't get anything out of being in relationships with about 75-80% of y'all these days, because most of y'all just take and ask what you can get from us without really providing anything to us but that same box that you done gave to somewhere between 15 and 1,700 people. So the juice isn't worth the squeeze, and marriage and relationships in 2025 is a sucker's contract for men. And that's just what it is. If you ladies want something different, then y'all gonna have, the good women, you lionesses, are gonna have to start getting on these hyenas' asses, because men have walked away. We've discovered that life is so much more peaceful without you, and the thing that we really truly want from you, this chick got a Venmo in her bio. This chick got a Cash App in her description. It's dirt cheap. We can buy it. With that said, I'm going to bring this one to an end. I appreciate y'all pulling up. Help! I'm trying to get to 1,500 subs, y'all. And if you will, give me a like, give me a share, and give me a comment. Let me know. Give me suggestions. I'm open to critiques, criticism, and outright insults. All of it helps me get better. You know what I mean? I got thick skin. For 4.5 years, I lived around killers, pedophiles, and gangbangers. Your little words ain't gonna help hurt me. And I don't mean that to be insulting. I'm just saying, I wouldn't be sitting here right now doing this video if I was a weaker individual. Toodles.